What up? It's Chris from Laser Lemming, and today we are talking about Nintendo. They just did a Nintendo Direct today, and for those that don't know, I'm going to briefly explain what this is. A Nintendo Direct is Nintendo's way of pretty much going outside the traditional press of delivering news and information about games, and pretty much just delivering it the way that they want to. That means that they give like a whole half hour on YouTube or streaming or whatever, just presenting the games the way they want them to be presented. If they don't do this, what typically happens is people take the news, they twist it, and often put a negative slant on it right out the gate. So Nintendo, like a year or two ago, said, fuck that, we're going to just give you the information the way we want to, at least right out the gate. I mean, people still twist it, but Nintendo at least has a stronger foothold on the way it's initially presented. And I'll include a link to this today's Nintendo Direct in the description box below. So, this Nintendo Direct was about games being released for the Wii U and the 3DS from today all the way into the end of 2013. And Nintendo pretty much just announced it yesterday. And ever since yesterday, I was ready to tear Nintendo a new one before I even saw it. And the reason I was going to tear Nintendo a new one was because often when they do these Nintendo Directs, they don't really address third parties or third-party games. They usually make it very insular and just about Nintendo games. And you can't really blame them, they are Nintendo. However, the third-party situation has not been great on the Wii U. 3DS, it's doing fine. Wii U, not so much. So I was really hoping Nintendo was going to show off some of the third-party games coming out for the Wii U today. And they did. They sure did. They surprised me. They showed, well, they mostly showed games that I don't care about. They showed, like, Skylanders and Just Dance. But they did show Assassin's Creed 4, which I don't really care about that much either. But I know a lot of people do. And I know that this is a sort of game that does not get a lot of attention on Nintendo consoles. People see the name Assassin's Creed and they don't really think Wii U. So it was very important, I think, that Nintendo showed it. No matter how brief of a showing it was. It's probably like 20-30 seconds of talking about the game and showing it, but you did see Wii U footage, and it didn't look bad. It looked pretty good, actually. So you did see that. However, that was pretty much it as far as core games are concerned for the Wii U. And third parties, I should say. Because there was a lot of cool games being shown off, like Super Mario 3D World looked fantastic. It's the best I've ever seen it look. You have Assassin's Creed, but what are we missing here? There's a lot of other games that weren't talked about. Call of Duty wasn't talked about. Watch Dogs wasn't talked about. That's another Ubisoft game. Ubisoft's doing Assassin's Creed as well. Another one that they didn't talk about was Batman Arkham Origins, which blew me away because they did show Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, which, that was for the 3DS game. I should explain that. That's the 3DS game that's coming out on the same day as Batman Arkham Origins for the Wii U. Why didn't they show the Wii U version 2? It would have been a perfect segue to talk about it. Now, the 3DS game looks pretty cool to me, but why didn't they talk about the Wii U game? That's a game that's probably not going to get a lot of attention on the Wii U either. This is the sort of thing that Nintendo needs to be reinforcing. Now, I have my theory on why these games weren't shown for the Wii U, and it's kind of just a weird question mark, really, because a lot of times, footage for Nintendo games is rarely available until the day the game releases, or afterwards, or maybe the day before. It's very weird, and it's rare occurrence, but it does happen. I mean, Call of Duty 3 for the Wii, there was like 2 screenshots of that game that were available until the game released. There was no footage, no nothing. And it's not like the Wii U versions of these games are going to look bad, so I don't really understand, except for maybe Watch Dogs, because Watch Dogs has this big user community, dogpiling, angry motherfuckers just really watching the game's graphics, and Ubisoft doesn't want to taint any view of the graphics any more than they already have, because they've shown some really rough looking footage of the game and some really nice looking footage of the game, and the Wii U version is going to look somewhere in between. They've already commented and said it's going to look somewhere in between. They said the same thing for Assassin's Creed, and they finally showed that for the Wii U today, and it looked pretty good. So that's my theory on why Watch Dogs perhaps hasn't been shown, is because they want to consistently show the best looking version of that game as much as possible. But I still think Nintendo should at least acknowledge the game, maybe just showing the logo or the box art and saying, hey, this is releasing on this date. Wouldn't have hurt. Wouldn't have hurt. Another big thing that happened today was Nintendo officially acknowledged that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze will not be hitting the Wii U at the end of the year. It will be hitting the Wii U in February, which I actually predicted on a message board, but I didn't really talk to you about it here. So, just so you know, I was right. But Donkey Kong's not coming out until February. Now, a lot of Wii U owners and possible Wii U owners have been voicing complaints about this. They're just kind of pissed off because, this is going to be a fun game, it's going to be good, and it's retro developed, so it's just going to be a good experience. And the last game was awesome. And now people are upset that it's not coming out until early next year. And the reason I fully believe this is, Iwata said that this is because they want to take more time to polish it and make it as best as possible. I have no doubt that they're going to do that. I have no doubt that they're not going to spend... I know that they're going to spend these extra 2 months just adding to the development time and polishing it up. However, I think the game would have been fine to be released at the end of the year. The reason I really believe that they've pushed it back is because they don't want another situation that they had at the beginning of this year. Beginning of this year, they didn't have anything. Nothing for the Wii U. Rayman Legends was supposed to release in February this year. It didn't. Wii U sales were lacking, so Ubisoft, whoever soft, they delayed it and put it on other consoles in order to make their money back. Get as much bang for the buck as possible. And so Nintendo doesn't want that situation again. And so they're putting Donkey Kong to fill that gap until, I guess, Mario comes out sometime in the spring. So I don't know how many months are going to be in between Donkey Kong and Mario Kart. That's a clusterfuck in itself. And it also is kind of a bad sign. It's good that there's going to be some games there, or game there. I don't know how many games are coming out for the Wii U at that time, but it's kind of a bad sign because if Nintendo has to delay a big game like that into next year, what does that say for the Wii U lineup next year? We already know that there's some heavy hitters hitting the Wii U next year. You got Bayonetta 2, Smash Brothers X, but those games are probably not hitting until, I'd say, summer into the very end of the year. And some of those might get delayed. Nintendo is notorious for delaying things in order to get them just right, even if it costs them a lot of sales. They're just perfectionists to an annoying degree. However, you end up getting a really awesome product because of it. But what does that say, though? Alright? If Donkey Kong's there and then Mario Kart's there, not much else has been announced for the 2014 year. And a lot of what will get announced, you'll get a lot of announcements around E3, but a lot of those games that will get announced are probably going to be announced for the end of the year or the beginning of 2015 or even the end of 2015. So I think there's going to be another dry spell for the Wii U unless Nintendo can seriously get third parties on board, because there's a lot of third party games being developed, but not a lot of them are being developed for the Wii U. This is Nintendo's cross to bear, and I think it's kind of a matter of, it's a chicken and egg thing, because a lot of Wii U owners want to see third party games on their system, myself included, but they don't, it's not their responsibility to get them there. They should be buying them if they want them, but Nintendo needs to push forth the effort to make it happen. You have some good publishers out there like Ubisoft doing what they can. They put out big games this year for the Wii U. Splinter Cell. Upcoming, we got Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Rayman already came out. Those are some big games, and it's more support than any other third party has given the Wii U. but it's Nintendo's responsibility to draw in that audience. So Nintendo needs to be buying more Western studios, or at least investing more in them and getting more Western exclusives in order to get that audience over here. I mean, Splinter Cell came out for the Wii U and it sold pretty badly. And one reason for that was because it was almost impossible to find a Wii U copy of Splinter Cell in stores. I looked at several stores and only one of them had a Wii U version of Splinter Cell. And I'm kind of worried that that same situation is going to happen at the end of the year with Watch Dogs, Call of Duty, and Assassin's Creed. Kind of worried about that. But we'll see. Hopefully this Zelda pack bundle has really improved sales for Nintendo. But it's all a crapshoot at this point. Okay, that's all for today about that. Just a reminder, got a contest going on for Limbo. At the end of the week, I'm going to give it away to whoever had the best comment or question. So, come on, share some comments, questions, whatever. Just keep doing it all week with me. And I'm going to be trying to put out more videos than usual. So, do that. You can get a Steam code of Limbo if you win. Entertain me. Do something. Do something entertaining. Also, got a comedy channel. You should check that out. New video every week. And in the meantime, stick back for more. I'll see you next time.